On this week's episode of What's Up Weekly, we have an exclusive interview with IU's National Cheerleading Champions.
And we're giving you a recap on Iowa's caucus, as well as whose acceptance speech made for an awkward moment at the SAG Awards. All coming up.
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of What's Up Weekly. I'm Elizabeth Pace.
And I'm Sierra Hignite. As you can see, our show has gotten a little bit of an upgrade over the break, so welcome back to the new and improved What's Up Weekly. Let's go ahead and catch up on some of our trending topics.
So our first one was actually Monday night. Everybody's talking about it, the Iowa caucus. So in case anybody missed it, the Iowa caucus, Monday night, Ted Cruz passed frontrunner Donald Trump and won the Republican candidacy by 27.6%, while Hillary Clinton won by just a fraction of a point past Bernie Sanders. To be exact, 0.3%. Now, some of the Clinton voters actually came from a coin toss, which I found was super interesting.
Yes.
So for anybody who doesn't know how the caucus works, for the Democratic Party, there are sections in the room where voters can literally go and stand next to the candidate that they support. So there were so many undecided voters between Bernie and Clinton that a coin toss justified their vote.
I mean, even though we obviously still have the primaries, that's still, a coin toss to justify your potentially presidential vote.
Well, it shows how similar, I guess, their campaigns are, that people just couldn't choose, and they're split, the majority for each of them, but Hillary Clinton did win by just a fraction of it, so now we have Cruz and Clinton, so we'll see how it goes.
I'm very anxious to see how that plays out. But moving to a different kind of election, the SAG Awards. As award season begins, it also kicks off the season for snubs, best dressed, and also awkward acceptance speeches. The ongoing controversy of what is being called the whitewashed Oscars is bleeding over into other award ceremonies. This controversy spread over the Screen Actors Guild Award after a few African Americans received well-deserved awards. Among the few were Queen Latifah, Viola Davis, Uzo Aduba, and Idris Elba. Elba got some extra attention with his acceptance speech, saying in part, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to diverse television," obviously referring to his Oscars snub.
Now, there's been backlash for and against this protest.
Right, which, some people are saying, it's not a big deal, it's just a coincidence, it's just these are the people they thought deserved it. And then other people, like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, are literally boycotting the event and not attending because they're basically saying, this is ridiculous and we're standing up for our people, which I do understand, and it's so controversial, and I am not the type of person to make that decision, but
I'm going to miss seeing them there because I'm always curious to see what they wear, and I'm really going to miss Jaden's outfit. But on to other national news. We're taking it a little bit local with ABC's hit show, The Bachelor. This season, The Bachelor is actually an IU alum and Hoosier native. Ben Higgins stirred the pot a little bit on Monday's episode.
That's right, and here's a little bit of a spoiler alert for those of you that missed the drama-filled episode on Monday. The ever-popular Olivia finally got called out for all the trouble she has caused amongst the girls. The episode ends with what viewers can assume has been confronting Olivia about the allegations, but Bachelor fans were outraged at the cliffhanger that they were left on when there was no rose ceremony.
Now, obviously, for this staff, Olivia is a little bit of a fan favorite, at least for us, because if you guys don't watch the show, she left a news anchoring position in Austin, Texas, to go and be on the show.
Right.
Which breaks my heart.
Oh, yes.
But she's still fun to watch.
She is, very interesting. I think it's almost more interesting to see what people make of her online after the show than to actually watch her on the show because, if you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. There's, as you can see behind us, a Twitter account called Olivia's Mouth that, it's pretty much the talk of the town at this point.
Yeah. That's been the most entertaining part of that show for me, I think.
Definitely. She is one of my favorites.
Yep.
But also pulling on the heartstrings of viewers was the premiere of Grease Live. Grease Live premiered over the weekend, and Grease fans are having some mixed feelings post-premiere. The day before the live show aired, Vanessa Ann Hudgens' father passed away from cancer. Hudgens was playing the part of Rizzo, and viewers were astonished by her strength and dedication. The show pulled major viewers for Fox and had over 12 million tune in for the premiere.
I actually read that story about Vanessa Hudgens and her father after I saw Grease Live, and I had no idea by how well she performed and how much a professional she was, in my opinion, through all the life events she was going through.
Right, and I mean, she only tweeted it, I think, a couple hours before the premiere, so a lot of people didn't know until after, and her performance was absolutely amazing and so emotional, and so for people to then see, she absolutely is just so committed to her career in this show that she can still do that was just so amazing. And I've loved her since High School Musical days. I mean, go Vanessa.
And it was just their 10th year reunion.
It was. Too. So she's, had a good year in television, but it's so awful that happened to her. That's got to be so hard.
Yeah. Well, there are actually more banners going on the wall. IU's all-girl Crimson Cheerleading Squad claimed their 4th national title at the UCA College Cheer and Dance Championship.
That's right, in which I've been following IU Cheer for a really long time. I love them. I know some of the girls, and they actually had, they've won, so out of the past 4 years, they've won 3 of them, and so it was just last year that they got the title taken from them, which was kind of a surprise because some of the girls were like, oh yeah, we've got this, and so this year was a big year for them.
Wow. Well, actually, we met up with the team during one of their practices earlier in the week. So let's go ahead and take a look at that to hear their journey about taking first place.
Hey guys, I'm here at the Gladstein Fieldhouse. I'm here with 2 of the IU all-girl seniors, Corey and Kirby, and we're going to kind of talk about them about the big accomplishment they just had. So can you guys kind of tell me about your experiences at Nationals this year?
Well, this year is a little bit different because we were kind of coming off of a loss, but it was pretty much the same as like the other years, but we kind of were more focused, I think, and we all had the same goal in mind.
Okay, and then what was it like leading these freshmen who have never competed at college nationals before, and you guys have this kind of fire lit under you? What was it like leading them into that?
Well, this year we tried to just make sure that we focused on ourselves instead of our other competitions, so that we knew that like when we go to compete, we can only control what we're doing. So we really tried to just focus on ourselves and our mental toughness.
Awesome. So can you guys kind of explain what it's like being at college nationals? Because I think a lot of people probably have only seen things like Bring It On, and kind of explain to them maybe what it's really like being there.
It's a lot different than like what you would expect in the movies, but it's a lot more serious, and you don't really get to have a lot of interaction with the other teams, which is a good thing kind of for our focus points. But kind of go and we do our thing. We have our specific warm-up times, and everything's timed, everything's super organized, and then kind of go out and perform, and then that's about it. You don't really get a lot of time to like have those pep rallies with other people like in the movies.
All right, so then kind of talk to us about, so now that Nationals is over, you just got this huge win. This is your last season, unfortunately, cheering in college. What are you looking forward to the rest of the time you have here?
I would say as seniors, we're probably more so just looking forward to taking in the rest of the basketball games that we have to cheer, since both men's and women's teams are doing really well this year.
Awesome. All right, guys, well, that's all I have for you here at the field house, and so make sure to stay with us. We'll be back from the break.
It's an honor to be here.
After suffering a season-ending injury in late March,
as you can see behind me,
Welcome back. Talented singers traveled from all over to compete with the best of the Midwest, an a cappella competition in Bloomington over the weekend. What's Up Weekly's Sheila Riley spoke with some of the artists at the IU Auditorium. Take a look.
The International Championship of Collegiate A Cappella was held at the IU Auditorium this past weekend. Student singers came out to get some quality feedback from judges and interact with many talented groups.
It's just a really great way for the groups to get connected and get to meet people that aren't necessarily from their college.
The event is run by Varsity Vocals, the home for student a cappella since 1995. But this is the first year Indiana University has hosted the competition.
This year we have Ohio in the Midwest, and Indiana actually this year had a ton of groups apply, which is why we're having a show in Indiana.
Ladies First, an IU female a cappella group, was chosen to host the competition. This was the first time the group of 11 singers competed for a Varsity Vocals championship.
I am excited just to see everyone else perform. I love watching other people. I love learning from them.
While many groups hit the stage in hopes of moving on to the next round, only 2 groups advanced to compete in St. Louis. But this didn't stop the participants from performing what they love.
I mean, once you get to sing, the competition is always super fun instead of just performing.
The support from the audience and performers was apparent throughout the show. Ladies' Choice and Note to Self were the winning teams who will advance to the next round in hopes of making it all the way to the finals.
While we can't be certain about which groups will be featured in the ICCA finals, people have already begun buying their tickets.
For What's Up Weekly, I'm Sheila Riley.
The ICCA A Cappella Finals will be held in New York on April 13th. Visit our website at iostv.com to find the link to buy your tickets. Well, that's all we have for you on this week's episode of What's Up Weekly. Make sure to tune in next week for all your campus and entertainment scoop.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for daily updates. You can follow us on Twitter at What's Up Weekly IU, or you can follow us on Instagram at IUSTV. Also, we now have a Snapchat that you can follow to take a look inside our latest stories. Follow us at IUSTV News. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.